Hey guys, welcome to the Schedule 1 series. If you haven't watched the last 2 episodes, make sure you go do that now. And I appreciate all the support I got on the other videos, it really helps the channel grow. Anyway, enough of me waffling on, let's just get into the episode. Last episode we left off where we hired a dealer, we mixed our OG Kush, we did so much last episode, got so many new customers. Just like all the episodes, we're going to expand our drug empire, we're going to get more customers, we're going to get more dealers, we're going to just get more of everything, more cash, everything. While I was waffling on, you might have seen that I was scheduling a few deals. But obviously without the OG Kush, we can't do the deals, so I need to harvest seeds, I need to put seeds in, I need to package it all up. Just, all the stuff that you've seen before, basically. I like to speed these parts up like crazy, because you've already seen this all before, but I don't want to cut it, because then otherwise there'll be gaps in the video, which will confuse you lot. If there's anything that I miss in these episodes, or that I can improve on, then please let me know in the comments below. Well, I've run out of seeds, so I need to go order some more OG Kush seeds. Now, I know there's so many seeds there, but just for the start, I just kind of want to stick to one seed because it gets confusing when we have, so many different products. But we will move on to some better seeds because we can't stay on OG Kush forever because it's not the best. Also, if there's any other games you want me to make a series on, let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can do that as well. But for now, we're just going to be focusing on the Schedule 1 series, and if there's anything else, like Schedule 1 challenges or anything like that, then please let me know in the comments. Okay, so we're giving Benji some more product, but if you look at the side, I have so many deals scheduled for the morning, and some of them are like 10 OG Kush, so when I get these seeds, I need to plant them and quickly harvest them. Okay guys, our dead drop's finally here, let's go and get it. Some nice seeds. You guys definitely know the drill by now. We're going to harvest these buds, then we're going to replant, then we're going to package, all the basic stuff. I'm really looking forward to when we can get into the bungalow, because the bungalow will give us enough space where we can have employees, so we don't have to do all this planting and all that, and bring some automation into it. Okay, as you can see on the left side, we've got so many orders. I think we need 9 jars of OG Kush, which is a lot. That's 45 OG Kush in total. I think after all of this, I think we'll only have 7 jars, so we're going to have to obviously find some more. Okay, so it's time to harvest these buds, but it's still not going to be enough to get us 9 jars. We need 9 jars to complete tomorrow's deals, but we only have 8 right now. Because it's 4 AM in the game, there's no time to grow anymore because they won't grow, so I'll just go and nick one off of Benji. Now that I had 9 jars of OG Kush, I went to sleep, and wow, we had a lot of XP, a lot of money, and yeah. And we leveled up and unlocked some new stuff, which is great. As soon as I woke up, I was straight out the door because we have 8 deals this morning to complete. First was Miss Ming, then Geraldine, then Mick, then Dean, then Doris, then Jerry, then finally Jessie, and now all of our deals are done. Now that we've done all our morning deals, we've completely ran out of OG Kush, so now it's time to harvest some more. Now that we've harvested them buds, obviously it's time to replant them. I water it and replant them, but then there is 2 that don't have any soil, so I need to go get some soil. Then I went to Dan's Hardware to get some more soil, and then I came back and put it in the pots. Okay guys, you can see here that there's lots of customers that want some orders, but we're gonna, hold off on it a bit, no rush, you know what I mean. Because the more important thing right now to do is to get some more seeds. While waiting for seeds from our supplier, I decided to actually respond to our customers so they can get their deals. While we're answering the customers, I just want to say if there's any other series ideas you have, then please let me know. While I was waiting for our seeds, I thought it would be fun to play basketball, but as you can see in the top left, we had a mission and I needed to speak to Uncle Nelson to find out more, but instead I was pissing about playing basketball. And the crazy thing is that I didn't even get it in the hoop once. Not once, just kept hitting the rim, so just a big waste of time. So my basketball career has ended in Schedule 1, so I just left. Then I walked past a phone, and because it was flashing green, it reminded me that I needed to speak to Uncle Nelson. Uncle Nelson was happy that we made 10k, but he wants us to start making meth in the future. He tells us about this warehouse where you can get employees, guns, and other things to make our empire better. Then I went to the warehouse and knocked on the door. I asked if I could come in, but he said no. Then at the top right, it said I had to be that certain level to get in. Finally, my seeds had arrived. Before I went in my room, I wanted to see if an officer wanted a seed, but he didn't really want one, so I just went back in my room. Then I planted and watered a seed. While I waited for our seeds to grow, I went to pay off our dealer as was in quite a lot of debt with him. Then Benji messaged me saying he was out of product, so I went to give him some of our product. Because I gave Benji all of our Kush for the morning, I decided to harvest some more. After harvesting both of the grow tents, it's time to replant both of them. Now it's time to package some of our product that we have. Then we've got to sort out all the customer deals. Okay, so what you're seeing is like 2 minutes of me playing the game, but I've sped it up quite a lot because you've already seen this before, as you know. You've already seen me plant, grow, harvest, water, replant, just all that sort of stuff. I don't want you to get bored or nothing like that, so I've just sped it up like crazy, that's all. Then after a productive day in Schedule 1, I went to sleep. Only Benji made his money yesterday, and our XP, well, we only got 80, which wasn't a lot, but we still leveled up, which means that we could go in the warehouse now. Like every morning, I'll straight out of that door because we've got morning deals to complete. But first I need 4 baggies, as Keith ordered 4 OG Kush instead of 5, and I was feeling nice, so I thought, you know what, I'll just do what he wanted. My first morning deal was with Jesse, then with Trent, then with Austin, who stole our hair colour. Then my next 2 deals were at the same place, which made my life a little bit easier. Then my last deal was with George, and it was all going so smoothly until the police saw me, which now means I'm on the run again. Basically, I was just running around the map, just trying to get away from the police. I couldn't really do a lot, but then I saw this bin, so I was like, oh, I'll get in the bin, and surely they won't be able to see me. But then all of a sudden they cuffed me and I didn't have enough time to get out. And once again in this series I've been arrested. The fine and that isn't really too much, it's just that they took my drugs for that deal, so I don't think I'm going to get him his OG Kush. After I got out of the police station, I went to the warehouse again and asked me if they'd let me in, as I levelled up. They said that they would let me in, but I got to come after 6 PM. Then I needed to order some more seeds from our dealer, but this time we're not ordering OG Kush seeds. Yeah, that's right, we are ordering Granddaddy Purple seeds. Which means this is the last time we'll be harvesting OG Kush. Never mind, I still have 1 seed randomly in here, so I'll just plant that. But after this one, it'll be definitely the last time we'll be harvesting OG Kush. Then I'll schedule a few deals, and then we need to package the last of our OG Kush. It'll be the last time, or maybe the last time we put OG Kush in a jar. Then we put 2 of our OG Kush in a bag, because our deal with Meg, she only wants 2. But before we go to Meg, we need to give Geraldine his 10 OG Kush. On my way to Meg, I noticed our dead drops here with our Granddaddy Purple seeds. Then finally Meg gets her 2 OG Kush. But I kind of wanted the 2 OG Kush back, so I tried to steal it from her. But I went in the red, so she was about to call the police, so I had to do what was best and, yeah, knock her out. Then I got my 2 OG Kush back, but she also had $24, so I thought I'd take that too. After getting searched at a police checkpoint, I gave Kim a free sample with the ones I stole from Meg. She didn't even like it, so I faked her, and then I just went off. Then I went to Benji to give him the rest of my OG Kush, as someone in the comments told me that if you give him any drugs, he will sell it even if it's on the market or not. Then I took OG Kush off the market. Benji will still sell his though, he'll sell anything I give him. Then for the first time this series, we're actually planting a different type of seed rather than OG Kush. It's been a long time coming, I know. But it kind of matches the soil as well. Purple, and the lights purple as well, all matches. Chloe then asked for 2 OG Kush, but I tell her no because we're not even selling it anymore. Then some of the OG Kush that has just been left out, I'll put in these bags so we can give them out for free samples. Then I realised it was after 6 PM, so I set foot in the warehouse. Wow, it is big. Then I talked to this guy who sells weapons, cash only, which is great. Because my level was low, all I could get was a baseball bat and a frying pan, and I already had a baseball bat, so I decided I'm just not going to buy anything from him. Then I went upstairs to talk to this guy who does employees. You can hire anyone in here. Here's the different employees and how much they cost per day to have one. Okay, now we've got to go down the stairs and talk to the merchant. This guy will sell us some useful stuff to expand our empire. He sells stuff to start our meth production. He also sells pots, you know, the ones that I forgot to take at the start of the series. Well, he sells them now, so now I can get rid of them like crappy little grow tents. All of this stuff will be handy for us in the future, but while we're still in that motel room, well, not the motel room, the bigger one, it's still not useful to us yet. We don't have enough space to start making meth. As I was leaving the warehouse, it was really bad timing. 2 police officers saw me, so once again I was being chased. Once again I was just like running around the map. I didn't really think of a place to hide. I was kind of stupid, not gonna lie. Yep, I tried going behind some of the houses. Then I went up this motel room and I thought, oh, they're not going to find me behind this wall. But as I was losing wanted level, they found me and they just cuffed me. I couldn't escape this time. Once again, they find me and took my drugs, which was annoying because I had loads for free samples. There's our new seed growing. Then I take a grow tent out and put a moisture pot down, which are better in the long run. Then I went to Benji to get some money, and also I needed to steal a jar of OG Kush from him because I didn't have any left and I had a deal in the morning. When I got back, all our seeds were grown, so I harvested them. What I also like about the new seed is that the buds are purple, so it matches the soil and the light, and everything matches. You guys know what time it is, it's packaging time, and I gotta say that the Granddaddy purple looks pretty good in the jars. It's weird to see a different colour because I stuck with OG Kush far too long really, I should have just got rid of it. Now that we have some product, I put the Granddaddy purple on and I put it on the market. Now that Granddaddy purple's grown, I replaced all the grow tents with these moisture pots, which are just so much better than grow tents. Then after a productive day in Schedule 1, I went to sleep. It says that we barely made any money or XP, but I had to log off, so I think that's why it's telling me that. And we didn't level up, but we were close. Then in the morning, I only had one deal and it's with Doris, and it was a 5 OG Kush that I stole from Benji. Then I went to Mick so I could sell our old grow tents as we didn't need them anymore because we had the better pots. I don't know what this guy's problem is, but I just kept trying to negotiate and all he kept saying was 180. Even when I went to 185, he still wouldn't have it. I don't know what's his problem, but he's the hardest person to fucking negotiate with. Then I went to Austin to give him a jar of Granddaddy Purple. I think he's the first one to have our new product, I think. Then I go to the real estate guy because I've saved up enough money to buy the bungalow. As you can see, it has a delivery spot and we can also have 5 employees. And now the bungalow is ours. We've got a brand new property. 6,000 though, that's a lot of money. But we'll make it back. We'll make loads back when we get moved into the bungalow and all that. Okay guys, now that we've got the bungalow, it's literally time to pack everything up. All the pots, all of our jars, you know, the lights here, the suspensions, literally everything. It's going to take multiple going back and forths to the bungalow because I got so much stuff in the storage racks, all of our, you know, the mixing station, the packaging station, even our bed we got to take and that, so it's going to take a few runs. Okay guys, I'm still taking everything over. Here's the first look at the bungalow though. So we've got this first room which is quite big, we'll put the pots in there. Then this second kitchen room which is quite big, and that will be the bedroom. I've seen like videos or like websites you can go on where you can find out like the best bungalow setup. But for now we're just going to keep it sort of simple. I mean, in the future I might just go on there and like see if there's any better ways we can do it, because I know there's way more efficient ways and I might try and do it. So the mixing station can stay in the kitchen. The pots are going to stay in this big room with all the lighting. I need to buy some more suspension things and some more lights, and I need some more storage as well because we don't have enough like storage. Okay guys, we're back at the old room. Some customers messaged and wanted some deals, so I quickly did that before I'd forget. Now we've got to move our packaging station, all the jars we have, all of the baggies, literally everything needs to go. But because obviously I don't have unlimited storage space, it's just going to take a few going there and backs. Anyway, I'm so happy to finally get into the bungalow because we had the money a little bit ago. I think we had 6k a bit ago to get the bungalow, but we need money for employees, more pots, all of that sort of stuff. So I thought, you know what, I might as well just save extra. For now, I'm putting the packaging station alongside the kitchen. We can always move stuff around if it doesn't work, but for now that can just stay out of the way. Okay, so we have this little storage unit. It'll fit quite cosy somewhere here. We could have done with a bigger one, but oh well, it'll do for now. Okay, so I'm back at the old room now, getting the last of our little stuff, like the packaging stuff and the shelves. I think this is the last room we'll have to make. Yeah, I think we have everything but the bed. But other than the bed, that is literally everything. One last look at our old room. We did quite well in that. Yeah, it wasn't bad for the price, I suppose. Bit bigger than the motel room, but nothing big enough to actually get it automated or nothing like that. And I think we've had plenty of time in this room. I think it's the right time to move to the bungalow. Okay, so we're at the bungalow, and that's our last run we had to make to get everything. So we have everything from the old room. Yeah, wow, the bungalow's got 3 rooms compared to that 1 room we had. And yeah, this whole big room just for that bed. So plenty of room to expand. Now I think we should have 10 grow pots in here. We obviously need 6 more of the moisture holding pots to go at the bottom. Then we need about 8 lights and 8 suspensions, and all this is going to cost so much money. but it can fit around that corner there, and I think it will look good. Okay, so I'm making my way to the warehouse. Gotta be careful because at night you lot know how I am with the police. I always get arrested. And we gotta go and see the merchant guy from earlier, Oscar. Like I said earlier, we need a lot of stuff from this guy. We need 6 of the moisture pots. We need 8 of the suspension things. We need 8 of the purple hanging light things. We also need soil. Whether we get it from him or Dan, I don't know. We also need a new packing station as well. That we got that unlocked, so we could also buy that, which will help us out. So I think I'm gonna buy that. And yeah, we just need a lot from this guy, but all this stuff is going to help us make so much more product, so much more money anyway, so I'm not that bothered right now. We're just going to be a little bit skint for now. Just before we went back to the bungalow though, I thought we need an employee, the one that sows the seeds, harvests the buds, waters it, because I'm fed up of doing that on my own. The employee I need is circled there, just if you didn't know already. So I hired one for our bungalow. It's going to be £1,000 signing fee, and every day I've got to pay him 200 in his locker. But now that means I will not have to be constantly planting, watering, doing all of that stuff. Now that's no longer my job. So I was making my way back to the bungalow after everything went so well, and I took the risky way out of the warehouse, and the police saw me just like always, and now I'm wanted again. Once again, I was just running around the map hoping they didn't see me, and to be fair, I had a good spot and I thought for a minute, I kind of thought, wait, for the first time have I actually escaped the police? But then at the last minute, well, they just found me and I was cornered. And yeah, that's it. Like always, I had a fine to pay, but because I spent so much money at the warehouse, they only took what I had on me in cash, which was about $43, I think, and not anything out my online balance. To be fair, I'm surprised that they didn't take any money out of my online balance, because they're police, they can do what they want, so you would think they would, but nah, they didn't. Anyway, enough waffling on about police in Schedule 1, now it's time to place the pots. And I have 10 placed, and I've got all the suspensions and all the lights for it. So we just went from 4 tiny grow tents to 10 full-on grow pots and everything. Yeah, we have expanded our production quite rapidly, but obviously when we get more customers, we're going to need this. So yeah, I mean, there's the final view of it. It looks amazing to me. It looks very nice and clean compared to what we had. Then I went back to the warehouse because I needed some more soil for all of our new grow pots. Now it's time to get rid of the old packaging station and put the new one in. We can sell the old one to Mick. Well, not for a lot because last time he was such a dick about it. But anyway, yeah, the new one, you kind of just drop the whatever thing you want to package. It just drops in instead of you having to drag and drop it, which makes everything a lot quicker. Okay, so our worker is outside the bungalow, but we need to assign him a locker, the supplies and all the grow pots he'll be looking after. So the supplies I set for that shelf over there, and then one by one I set him all these pots which he's going to manage. He's going to plant the seeds, he's going to do the soil, he's going to water it, he's going to harvest it, he's going to do everything. I thought he might do 10, but I forgot he only can do 8, so we got 2 spare. So if we want to, I can do some more. And yeah, here's a final look for the pots. Obviously, I ain't got nothing growing in it yet because I don't have a locker for our employee, so he's not doing any work currently. But yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. After a productive day moving stuff to the bungalow and expanding our drug stuff, I went to sleep. Today we made a bit of money and a bit of XP, but obviously it was mainly just moving all our stuff and setting more grow pots up, so I wasn't really focusing on any deals. But as soon as I woke up, I was straight out the bungalow door because we have 3 morning deals. But before I could do any of my deals, Keith came out of nowhere and was demanding product, but I didn't have enough because I only had enough to do the morning deals exactly. So I just told him, nah, I can't give him any, and he's just attacked me, so I had to knock him out. But he did nearly kill me, to be fair. Now Keith was out of the way, we could do our first morning deal with George, and he recommended Molly as a dealer and would definitely hire her in the future. Then our next morning deal was with Jessie. Then our last deal was with Geraldine. Then after our morning deals, I went into Dan's Hardware and I finally got our employee a locker. Because I forgot to get him one, he hadn't done any work all morning. Then I went to go get our dead drop, but soon enough, these dead drops aren't going to be big enough because we have 10 pots now, but I could only get a max of 6 seeds delivered. Then I went in the room where my bed was and put my worker's locker just beside it. Then I went to him and I needed to go assign him a locker. And now that I've assigned him a locker, I can actually start paying him his daily wage of $200 a day. Now he'll actually start working because we paid him. Now the last thing we've got to do is we've got to assign where the bud goes once it's harvested. So I set it for this shelf over here. Now I know it's got some sort of baggies in it right now, but we'll clean that out. And I have to do that for every pot he manages, obviously, so that will take some time. Which gives us time to talk about how this is a good point to end today's episode. We have done so much progress today. We've moved to the bungalow, we've hired a worker, we went from 4 tiny little shit grow tents to 10 huge pots with lights and, you know, suspensions and... yeah, and now we have a worker doing the growing, the harvesting, the watering, all for us. And it's all we got to do now is package it up and just deliver it. I want to thank everyone who's watched to the end of today's video. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate anyone who's watched the first or the second episode. That really helps out. And I'm looking forward to doing episode 4 where we expand it even further. Like always, if there's anything I can improve on, then please let me know in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. But before we end it, I just want to see what it looks like when he's actually working. So he's just grabbed the soil out. And yeah, he's planting it in. Yeah, so everything works just fine. Thank you very much for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one.